Hello, this is the Books I Roast, and this is our book review for Rachel Cane's Morganville Vampires Carpe Corpus. This is the sixth book into the series, and I'm just reading you the back for the beginning. In the small town of Morganville, vampires and humans live in relative peace, until all the rules get rewritten with the evil vampire bishop arriving, looking for the lost book of vampire secrets. He kept a death grip on the town ever since. Now an underground resistance is brewing, and in order to contain it, Bishop must go to even greater lengths. He vows to liberate the town and all its inhabitants, the living and the undead. Claire Danvers and her friends are the only ones who stand in his way. But even if they defeat Bishop, will the vampires ever be content to go back to the old rules after having such a taste of power? I like this one because it kind of shows it from the vampires' point of view, that they're, oh, what happens if we don't want to go there? It's not all about Claire and the most important ones. It's the little things that might cause chaos, which I think is a really good idea and a really good plot. And here's the review. Carpe Corpus is the sixth book, like I said earlier, of the popular Morganville Vampire series, aimed at the young adults, and these have really good books, and now on the fifth one, it's getting more interesting. You have to read it in order, like I said in many of my reviews, otherwise you won't understand. The storyline for the series so far has Claire tasked with helping to find a cure for the sickness that affects all the vampires in Morganville. She assists the dangerously mad vampire, Merlin, one of my favourite characters, with his experiments into the illness, but his periods of sanity are getting shorter, and he did accidentally kill his past assistants in his fit of madness. Okay, not the greatest, but she survived so far. So, in addition to her work with Merlin, Claire has her college classes and her budding relationship with her boyfriend Shane. Bishop, a nasty vampire who makes the original vampire residents of Morganville look like poster children for liberal tolerance, has taken over the town and magically made Claire his evil minion, which he once said in fights. Shane is once again locked in vampire jail, where he always seems to be heading, with his father awaiting a fate that's worse than death. All unaware there are plenty of storylines to wrap up in Carpe Corpus, making it the most action-packed book of the series so far. This is a great book because it loads of different, like there's father, Frank, and relationship, and there's kind of loads of plots. Well, there's a main plot, but there's also stories that kind of build in to make it even better. Loads of people with evil vampires, mad vampires, good vampires, and a vampire computer. Magic and mayhem are never more than a step away. So, and this book, if you're from UK, has featured a little short story called Murdered Up. If I were you, this is just my point of view, because I like reading it, knowing all the story, and I feel that if I read that, it would break me from the story. So I kind of think that's where I was, but I wasn't. So if I were you, I would finish all the series, and then I'd go back to reading it as a little extra. And I would rate this a book a 5 out of 5 because I think it's amazing. Thank you. This was the Books I Roast, and this was our review for Carpe Corpus. Thank you.